morning and welcome to the channel. Are you tired of buying bare root trees only to find out that they don't work and grow as well as you want them to? I'm going to show you how to quadruple your chances of buying cheaper bare root trees by simply buying one of these. Stick around, I'm going to save you all some money and show you how to have healthier, stronger trees in years to come. So for the past few years, I switched from buying ball-rooted trees, especially my apples. When I first started my apple orchard, I had some special ordered Monticello, where I'm from in Virginia, and I had some shipped in from Mississippi from a guy, and I wanted to do these great trees, and I felt like that starting off with the ball would be the best way to do it. And what I quickly found out was there's other alternative measures. The balls are great, but they can get root bound. You can get what I call J-root. A lot of people will say that's mainly for oak trees, but I just was not having a huge amount of success. And what I ended up doing was taking a look around and seeing what the other alternatives were. And I had a buddy of mine that introduced me to the grow tubes I showed you in the intro. And that's made a big difference. So I started having people coming up here and they say, wow, how do you have all these nice trees and they're so healthy? And what are these things you've got on them? Believe it or not, there's a lot of people who don't know about grow tubes. And so we're up here in the orchard now. I'm going to show you, because a lot of the trees that I buy now, not a lot, all of them, they are not in a bucket with dirt. The trees that I have now are 100% bare root. And you know where I get them? I get them from Walmart in July when the drought sale hits, and they go from selling $25 trees down to $2 at the local Walmart. And I go to Lowe's and I go to Home Depot at the end of the year when things fizzle out, and I'll buy the trees. And even if they aren't a bucket, which is rare, you know, a lot of times they're fried, so they might be in a bucket. But all I do is I put them in this. Okay, now here is one of my red mulberries. Okay, these tubes, I think they're about $4 a piece. I get them from a company called Plantra. I'm going to show you, and a lot of people will use bamboo, and I'm going to dig a couple of the chestnuts. I'm going to show you what I do, but I just wanted to show you all this because this is a tube, and then this is the Plantra fiberglass. Okay, now some people will put rebar, or they'll put bamboo. I found that the bamboo doesn't last as long and you can't get it down to the ground. Plantra actually produces these, and they're fiberglass, so if there was ever a chance that this gets blown over and you don't see it when you're bush hogging, you can easily get run it over with the bush hog. It's not going to matter. But you can see, I want to show you all, we've done a lot of tree planting, and we've had to recover and replant. But some of these, like right here, this is our orchard, our food orchard. This is just a persimmon. Okay, I've got a red mulberry here. This up here, this is, if you've seen my video on propagating mulberries, that's this. So we've got a lot of them. So I'm going to show you now how we put those in the ground. But the focus is this. People say, hey, those tubes cost money. I don't want to pay money for the tubes. If you get the tree for $2 and you're normally paying $30 for it, and you put it in here, these tubes act as a greenhouse. They act as protection from the deer, the rabbits. And, you know, I've had temperatures drop down into the 30s and even 20s. Nothing down there is affected. A lot of the companies that you buy them, and I'm going to put a link, I get mine from Amazon. They come with a little piece of netting that you can even put on top that's really nice, because that's going to allow you to be able to get in and focus on bugs and stuff like that. But they're a game changer on the farm. I've got probably a 95% success rate, and a couple I just think I couldn't bring them back. But you put these things in, you're going to save a lot of money. Let's get to planting some trees. Today's are going to be, I think, 4 chestnut I got from the Collins estate, and they're grateful enough to share their chestnuts and their persimmons, whatever they have left over after they're planting. Mr. Collins will call me and say, hey, can you come and get these trees? Because he knows I'll take care of them. And I plant them on the farm as we're dealing more and more and putting in our silvo pasture and getting the way we want them. So let's go ahead and plant some trees. Okay, here we are in our new pasture. I think one of the biggest things I want you all to focus on is taking a look around at this pasture, because it's a pasture, but it's not. All of this a year ago was woods, mainly very leggy gum, some ash, and some other trees. I had a buddy of mine that has a woodworking shop come over and harvest what he wanted off of it. And then I had a timber company come in and get the pines. So the pines are all they've been taken off. We've got about 12.5 acres here that we fenced in with the field fence. But my main focus for telling you that is we're not doing, there's nothing crazy that's happened here. We've not come in with a bulldozer and cleaned up stuff and dropped down 1,000 pounds of lime, and it's a thick meadow of fescue or anything. And I wanted to plant these trees here to show you that it's just this simple, okay? There's no nutrients in this ground. We're gonna worry about that this fall. We're gonna do some sorghum Sudan grass, some peridottic sunflowers. We're gonna plant some stuff in here and we'll put down the manure, but this is an organic farm, okay? So we don't have the luxury of coming in and putting down triple 19 and all of that. So it's very important that you understand what I'm emphasizing, and this is just this easy. Okay, so I've got the fiberglass tube. Again, the company is called Plantra. These are the fiberglass stakes that I told you. And then if you buy 20 or more, they send you this brilliant little drive stake, okay? So what I'm gonna do is this. We're gonna focus on just barely digging the ground, okay? So here's where I've marked my area. I've got my tree right here. And again, I wanna show you. I'm gonna come up here and hope that's focusing in, but there's not a lot to that, okay? I mean, it's, you know, what is it? It's about 4 feet. That's it. All I'm gonna do is come in with this spade. I'm gonna go just like that, and I'm planting that tree. People, it's that easy, okay? It's that easy. I'm gonna step around it, okay? And there's my chestnut. Now, here's one thing that I wanna show you. You've got holes at the top. You've got solid at the bottom, okay? One of the things that you need to really focus on with this is understanding holes go to the top. You're gonna have one section of your tube that's gonna have 2 little holes. That's where you're gonna put your zip tie, and then you can put the other ones up here. A lot of guys that I know that work with me on these tubes that do use chemicals, they like the bottom side down. They can come down and spray around it and keep the weeds off of it, okay? So look, I'm gonna slide this. This is west, okay? So you wanna put your holes at the bottom over the tree like that. And then you wanna get your tube and you wanna put this stake right here to the west side. I'm gonna get it started. Actually, the soil, we've had so much rain, we don't really need it. Why do you want this to the west? The majority of our wind comes from the west. If this was turned around and it was here, it would allow for that tube to flap back and forth. With this, that's all it is to it, okay? So I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna put the top one in first, mainly just because I want it to be stable. Okay, there's the top. Here we go with the bottom. Push down just a little bit. They're a little delicate. Come in here. Everybody, that's it. There's your tree, okay? Again, I want you to focus on the ground soft so it's easier than usual to get in. This right here can be slid over this and hammered down like a spike. I'm gonna put the link for this to below. This is all it takes. Now, what will I do? I will come in with probably some organic compost from my compost bin, and I will top dress it at the bottom, and that's gonna be really all I'm gonna do. I have in the summertime come in and put in some soil around the bottom, and that way you can water from the top. And if you water from the top, you don't have to worry about the water coming out the bottom. It'll actually stay in the tube. You don't have to worry about deer. You don't have to worry about any type of rabbits. You don't have to worry about the frost. You don't have to worry about anything from here on. This is your greenhouse, your trunk protector, everything. You will save so much money if you use these and start looking at drought sales, or even your propagation. If you're a propagator like I am, and we propagate our mulberry, we propagate our apple trees, all of those, we do this. 2 years with these on, and you will have beautiful trees forever. But as I said, 90% chance of all these trees that I have surviving. I've got them all over the farm. I will never go back to putting in a green pole and having to pull that up and all of that later with barbed wire twine. That is all you need. I hope this has been helpful. I've got some trees to plant. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, put them in the link below. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and tell your friends about our gardening channel. Thanks and have a great day.